Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show presented by Mel Hambelton Ford. Hey, my name's Phil Nightingale. Morning, Josh.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful day out there in the big city. I guess we can say the whole state of Kansas, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful everywhere.
Hey, yes, exactly. So, hey, good morning, everybody. And, hey, let's get things fired off. Love to hear from you. Hope we have an exciting hour here for you and stuff, too, of everything we got to talk about. But 316-462-3673. That's the number. It comes right in the main dealership here. It's the only way you know to get on the podcast. Yeah, you can get over here on the chat line and talk to us, too. But sure, we'd love to talk to you on the phone. But each and every caller gets a $130 package. And, Josh, we still got to reevaluate, make sure we're on the right value. But I think we're a little shy on that number of everything that's included for each and every caller. Only showing you get paid to call in on. But, again, it's anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything in the automobile world, anything in the racing world, anything you want to talk about. Love to hear from you. 316-462-3673. And, as always, Josh, what's in the package?
So it's going to consist of the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Mel Hambelton Ford. While we're performing that, we're also going to complete a multi-point inspection on your vehicle, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components for that vehicle. Make sure that it's ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. You'll get yourself $10 to Mel's Diner so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the big corner. Complete nitrogen for your tires so you get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer. And then a BG products package, which consists a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then CF5 for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving.
All right, let's get the phones ringing. Love to hear from you. Morning, Delbert. Morning, Bill. Morning, Jeff. And, Jeff says, happy holidays. Boy, it is that time. Is it really Christmas time already?
Man, it is just crazy. It's been a very busy week, and in some cases it feels like it's been week already into December. It feels like it's been a lot of days, but in some cases it seems like it's just flying right by for sure. So we definitely had a really busy week last week at PRI, and I think had a really good turnout of spectators to that deal, and I felt like that went really well. It was a lot of fun, I think, interviewing all those drivers. It looks like you guys had a lot of fun doing that for sure.
Yeah, PR was a great time, and we are back to normal crowds. It was very busy. We ran out of stuff. Like at 11 o'clock, we were out of the cookies, and 1 o'clock, we were out of the popcorn and the bags. We had to kind of ration them out, too. So next year, we'll have to double up again and get more things to give away and stuff, too. But we had a great time here interviewing the 2024 Hoosier Hero drivers, and they were great guys. And, of course, last night I was watching the Gator Gateway Nationals, I guess you call it, whatever, in Springfield, and there was Brandon Shepard. He finished up third last night in late model, so that's pretty cool and then he got a great interview too after that part too, so that was kind of fun from that point. Morning, Tim. Morning, Matt. Morning, everybody. So let's get the phones ringing. But yeah, it was a lot of fun at PRI. Met a lot of people, got a lot of stuff, had some fun with the simulator there and stuff too, so can't get excited about going back next year. It's going to be much more fun, and we guys got to get ready to go.
That simulator, you only have so much room in the booth, and so every year we're discussing what to take, what not to take, and you think, okay, well, I don't want to. You want to maximize your space for sure, and so for me, it was kind of weighing on my mind. I was like, okay, is that going to draw the people and stuff like that? And it sure did.
Very few minutes that it didn't have somebody on that simulator,
and then a line of people typically kind of watching whoever was doing it for sure. And there was some good competition going on there. There were some guys that were laying down some laps, that's for sure. I was not one of them. I will tell you.
No, Josh and I fight for who gets the wall the fastest, the quickest. Not who the quickest lap is, who hits the wall the quickest.
Yeah.
But it was kind of fun there. There for a minute, there was about 4 or 5 guys lined up, and they just kept beating the time. It was great on that part. And the guy that sat down a pair of hey dudes, and I thought he ain't gonna do nothing. Guess what?
Well, and then there was a kid or I don't want to say kid. He was old enough to drive and stuff like that, but he sat down there and took a shoe off, and I was thinking,
most of the guys, there was quite a few guys taking their shoe off.
What going to do for you? But
I guess think you're going to make that pedal down a little harder. I guess I don't know.
Maybe the sensitivity of it, I guess, or the room in between the pedals. I don't know, but it worked for him. So, we brought it back, I got it plugged in at the warehouse where I was all by myself, nobody around. I took my shoe off. No, I didn't. It didn't do any good. So
no, I didn't get that either. But there must be some trick up the sleeve of that and on because most of the guys that were really putting down a fast lap never let off the gas. It was just wide open and gone.
I did notice that too
from that part. Now, what I was really surprised about, we did Eldora the first couple days, then we did Bristol the third day, and it was pretty close. The times were not that far apart, but those guys were within tenths of a second of each other, and you could watch those guys and see who was really good and who wasn't. Because the guys that weren't letting off the gas, you knew pretty much they were going to get her done. But sure was a lot of fun at PRI. Can't wait to go back next year. We're already starting to make plans what we're going to do and all that stuff too. So it'll be a lot of fun from that part too. So anyway, yeah, it was a busy week getting back after that too.
I think and this just as we gear up for Christmas, God, I can't believe a week. That's crazy. I guess a week and a couple days yet for that, but it's definitely one of those things that this time of year we get a lot of kids home from college, a lot of people traveling, and so it gets pretty busy in the service department towards the end of December for sure. And we want to just make sure that we're able to get everybody where they're going and all that stuff. So definitely get your plans in early if there's something that you need help with or assistance on. Being able to make that happen. Well,
I think the next thing we need to talk about our hours for the holidays that's coming up, because we are going to be closed next Saturday. So there will not be no live show next Saturday. Sorry about that, guys. We are closed the 23rd, 24, and 25. We'll be back to the 26th for normal hours. And then, of course, we're just going to be closed on January 1st and everything else from normal hours from there. So next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we are gone. We're going to be having fun with our families and celebrating the holidays and stuff too. So hope that helps everybody from that part. So good morning, Vincent and Matt. I'll get you an update here in just a few minutes on the fairgrounds as we get ready to go, because there is some, I guess I can give everybody kind of an update what happened there on that part too. So
the other side of the Christmas side of it, if they're needing something to buy for that hard to buy person, man, something automotive is always everybody needs something.
I'm going to tell you this year, Josh, with our gift card program and stuff I've given out more gift cards than I have before. So it is a great thing to do in
between details or tint or remote start or an accessory or, just oil change. Everybody's going to need serviced at some point. So,
yep. And so anyway, someone's calling me Sweet Pea too, Josh. I'm saying, I know. That's okay. That's okay. Little Sweet Pea right here. But anyway, no, we're not unwrapping the car out of the bubble. It's wrapped away very tightly. I've made it so it was very hard to get out of the bubble this year. I seem to have more things in my man cave this year than I normally have.
Stacking stuff in front of it, so it becomes more of a challenge.
It's a challenge to get it out right now. I'd have to move 3. Well, of course, what's happened there is we have taken Jake's modified, the one we retired at the end of this year. It's about towards the 2/3 of the year we retired that car. That's up there. And then next thing I know, he took his very first modified, which was in my basement, and drug it up and had to put it up there beside it. So it's setting in there. So I had to move my Corvette around so I couldn't get it out. So that made it to where it's going to be very hard to get the 500 out of the bubble.
I bet the first person to it gets to drive it. We'll have it out of there in no time.
Got to get the key first.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Does Mary know where the key is?
Nope.
Are you just saying that, or does she really not?
No, she has no idea where that key's at.
Better luck with Jake, maybe.
Jake knows where it's at.
Yeah, there we go.
Jake knows where it's at.
We can pay Jake off.
Hey, Tim wants to know why you smiled when we said Sweet Pea. He wants to know why.
I don't know where that come from. So,
I'm kind of wondering where it come from too.
Yeah, I was curious as to where that came from. So,
hey, anyway, I guess let's get to Matt O'Connor's question. Any news on the fairgrounds? Matt, we had our first, what they're calling the ad hoc committee. There's about 8 of us on that committee. We met Monday at 3:30 and started discussing different things and stuff like that, what we need to do. There are questions. I didn't get as many questions as I thought I was going to get from the fair board. I even asked for more questions from that part. I'm not sure what all to tell you other than the meeting didn't go as good as I thought it would go. I'm going to tell you that for that part. I want everybody to know that me and Nick and everybody here at Mel Hambelton are doing everything possibly, feasibly possible to make sure that Fairgrounds races this summer from that part. And we have our next meeting January the 3rd from that part. So that's about all I can tell you. The meeting didn't go as good as I thought it was going to go. The first one. We'll see how the January 3rd one goes. And of course, January 9th is when they're going to vote. But I just want everybody to know that me, Nick, and everybody here at Mel Hambelton Ford and all my sponsors and all my sanctioning bodies and all that kind of stuff are doing everything we can to race there at the fairgrounds this next summer. And won't be from a lack of effort if it doesn't happen. Not sure why it won't happen, but if it doesn't happen, I can promise you it's not from the lack of not trying, not doing the things, working with the fair board and all that kind of stuff too. If you really want to see something exciting, if you want to go out and look at USAC's schedule, at PRI, they announced their schedule. And if you'll look at July 19th and 20th, it says TBA. That TBA is setting out there for the Hutchinson Fairgrounds race. So if you want to go check out their schedule and prove that it's there, that the USAC race has got a schedule, TBA, July 19th and 20th. That's who one of the sanction bodies I've been working with to come race for next year. But they put it on there as a TBA from that part to try to see if we get this done. If it is, I will be having the USAC group will be there the 19th and 20th of July, which is exciting. I just hope that we can get the fair board to understand what we're trying to do, where it needs to go, and that everybody wants to race, and it's a great adventure for everybody if we can just make this happen. So we'll see what happens. January 3rd is the next meeting, and then January 9th is when they vote. Keep your fingers crossed and everything else too. So, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Somebody says Josh loves peas.
Well,
is that what that was, Tim?
I guess, yeah.
Josh really loves peas.
I do not. Yeah, do not at all. That's
Hey, and Ron Gallagher's got something. You know what's comes from? It says shake and bake, baby. Where did that come from?
Huh. Yeah, no clue.
No clue.
You know where it come from?
I got no clue.
Yeah,
no clue.
That is exactly. Yes, that is my arch nemesis is peas.
So anyway, Matt, I hope I gave you enough information from that part. We'll see what happens January 3rd and then January 9th, and hopefully keep your fingers crossed. We'll be racing end of March, 1st of April, somewhere there at the fairgrounds from that part. Good question. So anyway, Josh, you got something over here on the right-hand screen.
Yeah,
what do we got?
So this actually came from Tim, or a question that came from Tim. And so
am I ready to put it up?
Yeah, go ahead. You can throw it over here. So I did a lot of different research. I wanted to talk about foreign markets, or why vehicles are different across different markets. So this over here is so I went through after Tim had brought up a picture of a gosh, I forgot of the vehicle now. We can go to it and find out which one it is. But anyways, it was in another market, and he's like, well, why can't I have that here?
Oh yeah,
like,
I know what she's talking about.
That's a great question. But then I went through and I was looking at like workshop manuals to see about just even vehicle information through foreign markets and stuff like that. And there's just nothing out there of what's in other markets. And so this deal here, if you click on, go to like that Ford Europe at the very top, the English one right there. So if you click on that, and then you can scroll down to the bottom of the page, and this is kind of what's going on in each marketplace. And this gives you the featured vehicles that are in the Europe market, and then you can kind of go over through those. But even the names of some of these, so the body styles look pretty familiar, as far as well,
so the
we
Kuga,
recognize.
The Kuga, it looks like an Escape to me.
Yep.
Now this Focus that's here, everybody. This vehicle was supposed to come to the United States and didn't make it back 2-3 years ago. So we were supposed to have that car, and don't get me in all the politics and all that kind of stuff, but the tariffs is what killed that car from coming to the States.
Yeah. And then you can slide over at the top.
Yeah, the Kuga looks to me like an Escape.
Yep. And I would say the Puma is almost like an Edge style looking vehicle.
Yeah.
kind of almost a cross between an Edge and a Porsche, almost a little bit. What
Okay.
surprised me in the Europe market is just the number of vans that they have out there.
It's kind of crazy. And now they're calling our Connect is called the Courier. It's a little different, but not too bad than in the different levels of transits. Torino, I guess is how you say that, huh?
And then within each one of those, there's different, height configurations and.
Oh, there's the Transit Connect again.
Mm-hmm, yep.
So that's a passenger one. We call
Yep.
our Connect a van, a cargo, or whatever. So they're calling maybe that's the Transit Custom. Maybe I don't know. There's the Ranger, but see, to me, that's the old body style Ranger. That's not the new style Ranger.
What and I kind of went through this and glanced through quite a few of them. What surprised me the most, or the vehicle that seemed to be the most consistent, was the Ranger. With aside from a couple of aesthetic changes, one way or the other, it seemed to stay pretty much the same. But even like there, so no F-150 there at all.
That's too big.
That's crazy to me that it's the number one selling vehicle over here and how popular it is. And
well, then here's the next thing is they've got Ranger Raptor and they've had it over there for a couple years. And we haven't even seen it yet. We haven't even got one. They didn't even start building the Ranger Raptor. They're supposed to start building their Ranger Raptor back in November, but with the strike and all that stuff, they've pushed it clear into February now before the Ranger Raptor is going to come into us too. So, but I don't think that's the same Ranger Raptor. It doesn't look exactly like what I've seen of our pictures and stuff too.
Yeah. So if you go, I mean, you can kind of mess around in there or whatever, but go back to that other page. Yeah, there you go. And so the one that Tim was actually looking at, if you go to on the far right column there, and it's Middle East in English right there. Yep. Click on that. And then you can, so it's that.
Yeah, it's the.
So they don't have you can click on that deal right there. And it's the Everest is what the name of that thing is called.
Yeah. So this is made off of the Rangers, what it's made off of. And why we can't have this in the States, I don't know.
So Dubai, Dubai is where this is produced.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more pictures of it, but
so you can click on the images on the side, but that's all you're gonna get unless we just kind of Google it or do images of it. But that is it is a sharp looking vehicle, I will give you that. But I couldn't imagine designing a product and then coming up with a nameplate that would work across, whole globe.
The whole global.
So to start out with, and then, just as far as like design features and aesthetics and stuff, I mean, there's maybe things that are a little more popular in one place versus another, or, so I can't imagine the amount of money that they spend in research and development and stuff like that to be able to know that the products they're putting out and where they're putting them out, the demand for it is got to be there.
Yeah. I know I wouldn't be the one to be the one trying to figure that all out either.
And then, so another one. So if you go back one more and then go to the South Africa one again, that's all the way over to the left over there. And then if you scroll down so the GTD, they had quite a bit of information on it, which surprised me too. So I don't know.
I'm sure that car is going. I guess where they race on most of those races over there and stuff too. Is why that car is going there. Yeah, I tell you that is a pretty cool car. I know we're going to get to see one in live because we do have one of our customers that did get a chance to order one, and he is, of course, going to let us deliver it to him and stuff too. So that's going to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be cool. So anyway, Tim, I hope we answered your question on some of that stuff.
Well, so I guess my question is because I have seen vehicles come in here that are from Canada, or on the sales of stuff. I know have had customers that inquired about purchasing vehicles from like Canada or even other countries. Like, what's the limitations on stuff like that? And
well, I bet there's a lot of stuff to go through we have no clue about. You know what I mean?
Oh, there was another one that I wanted to pull up there.
Okay.
It was go back, go to, I think, gosh dang, where was it at? Go to the Netherlands. So middle of that page right there. Yeah, the all new electric Explorer. So they've got a full electric Explorer over there.
Well, you know what? We seen a couple years ago the full electric Explorer, but boy, it didn't look like that, did it?
No, not at all. And my thing is, you know, when I figured electric, I figured it would be in Europe for sure, but there wasn't one, and you know that it ended up there. But
Just crazy. So if you have some time and want to go check out things, you need to go to media.ford.com. I guess would get you there, right?
Yeah. So that starts it out, and then there's it takes you to the home page, but in the top portion of that, there's the international market group, and it's automatically comes up in English because that's where you're at. But then you can select a location down below that, and that's what gives you all the different options of that. So,
all right, well, very cool. Media.ford.com. If you want to play a little more time with that stuff too, more than welcome to go there and do that part from that standpoint. So, okay, so Tim, I hope that answers your question of why what's happening. Anyway, next question. Any news on the 25 Expedition refreshing timing? No, I haven't heard anything at all on the 25s. We're just got a few 24s in finally. Got a 24 on the showroom floor. A gentleman ordered in, and guess what? It's a white platinum. How about that, Jeff? Kind of like somebody else's white platinum. Oh, we lost our screen, Josh. What happened?
Oh, in the back.
Dang it.
You didn't get to it quick enough, did you?
Nope, sure didn't. We was too impressed in the Ford Media Center than we were anything else, but that's okay. So anyway, hey, 316-462-3673. Hey, anything in your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything at all, love to hear from you. And when you dial that number, it comes right to the front desk. Tell the girls you want to get patched in the podcast, and we'll get you through here, everything else too. Oh, here we go again. We're fighting over the top of the line King Ranch versus Platinum, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
You guys did such a great job on the top of the line. King Ranch. You're not getting it back means he's not going to trade it.
Oh.
When one of the new 24s comes in, I'm going to have to drive by Tim's house and just let him drop it off, and he probably will trade. It's time to convert mine to a Shelby. Well, we got some Shelby sitting out here. We can just go. There is no Shelby Expedition, though, Jeff, just so you know. No such thing as a Shelby F1, as a Shelby Expedition.
He just wanted to fix the race.
He thinks he needs to horsepower it up for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Is what he wants to do. Put that pop-off valve on there or something. You know? Bigger turbo. Hey, look at that.
Wanted to fix the race.
I bet Gus got in there and fixed this up. You want to bet?
Man.
He's something else, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's something else. Okay, Josh. So what else is on our agenda this morning? Anything we're going to talk about?
Again, just a holiday season for sure. So if it's something that you're looking at going out of town, remember your vehicle. Remember the thing that's going to get you from point A to point B. Going through, can't tell you how many times I get in vehicles on the service drive, and it comes in for or pick up a customer's vehicle for something, and you look at it and it's overdue for service or a couple 100 miles from service, and then like that wasn't even on the radar, not even a blip on the radar. And just that maintenance is so important to take care of, to be able to prolong the life of that vehicle. It's one of those things that it's always a forefront on my mind, but I'm here every day,
Well, I'm going to throw an example of what's happened with me with one of my acquaintances and customers and stuff. Is he called me and said, "Hey, daughter decided to go take a road trip. Didn't tell us about it. Didn't do anything about it. Just took off because she knew probably that they were going to. If she was asking to go, we would probably said no. Took off to Colorado. Okay. Guess what? The coolant light come on. But do you think we stopped?
Oh, no.
We didn't stop. So we ran her till, guess what?
Started overheating.
No. We ran even further than that.
Oh, wow.
We just ran her till she
just stopped.
So now we're looking at trying to fix this thing. And guess what? The motor is locked up. And if we could have just done a simple maintenance and everything before she left from that part, because that's what happened. Basically, she had a little bit of a coolant leak somewhere. We're guessing the head gasket or something, or some kind of a coolant leak, because that's what it did. It ran out of coolant, and she just kept driving. And I know why she kept driving. She was scared to death to get stuck somewhere and just go. but worth the tune of about $5,500 now to go in and put a motor in this vehicle instead of taking a simple little deal. So remember, when those lights come on, that's the car talking to you, telling you that, hey, you need to stop. It's not going to get brighter, like Tim Allen used to always say. It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
It's not going. And again, some of these lights that come on are safety items. So you're going to lose those safety controls if you're in a wreck or you need it when you're braking or from that part. I had one guy say, I bought a car that stability light's been on the whole time I bought it. Big deal. Well, you know what? You got lucky. Is there a time or something you could have maybe been in an accident or needed that stability control to hold you or do something? Yeah, because then again, that light's on, it's not going to work. So this is just a way of years ago, we used to listen to cars and we could hear noises and know things were different. Today, we have to look for lights. And the longer you let that light stay on, the more damage you're doing, the more things are happening. But it's the only way the car can talk to you and tell you that, hey, I've got an issue and I got a problem. And what I love about the lights today is, some of them are erroneous, some are hit and miss because of that, because we now can detect deterioration. We can't just detect a fault. So there's a range of when the things start to fail, we get a warning. So it gives you a little bit more warning that you can go maybe a little bit or whatever, but you still need to stop and figure out what's going on. But also the other thing I got to stress too, and I know we've talked about this on many shows, is do not go get a code reader and think you're going to read these codes today in these cars. Yeah, years ago, it was no problem when there were 2-digit codes. I mean, I still remember my codes back in the day. 13 was oxygen sensor, 21 is TPM sensor, 44 is running lean, 45 is running rich. That's not how it is today. Today we have 4-digit codes. And the base code is the first couple digits, but then if you don't have the proper information, shop manual or online tools to run through those trees to know exactly what's going on, you're not going to fix anything. You can throw a bunch of parts at it because that's what the parts house wants you to do.
Well, and just the complexity level of so there's government mandated codes that have to be universal through all manufacturers, and that's what those code readers can read. Anything outside of that is left to the manufacturer to determine how it communicates and what it needs to, what type of system it needs to communicate with. And there's certainly, it's way more complex than any $100 scanner can, or code reader can read. It's way too complicated for that.
Very hard. But once in a while, I guess you could get a code reader and guess and get lucky. That's the part it was or whatever. But most like time, it's not going to be.
Well, then again, there's generic codes that those code readers will give you too that
aren't even close to what
that may not even have anything to do with what's actually wrong with it. So it can be very complicated for sure.
And there's times we'll pull codes up and there's probably 6 or 7 codes because one system has failed another one is shut down, everything else like that. So which code do you really got to go after?
Yeah.
That's where the training, the experience, the knowledge, and having the information of knowing which code to go after, which ones shut that system down, which one shut that one down. And sometimes it leads us astray. It's not very easy sometimes to diagnose these situations either. And, I was watching a video just last night where a guy was talking about his Corvette just sitting there running and dying, and they've got wires strung everywhere, things going here. We put this part, we put this part. I'm thinking you're just throwing parts of this car to try to fix it instead of really going in and looking at your parameters, looking at your data, looking at things that's happening there and having the knowledge to know why is that Corvette dying.
Figuring out
I got tired of watching it because it's making my head hurt by watching what that guy was doing and everything else too from that part.
I think of the headache to the consumer for all the grief and all the running around in circles and kind of chasing your tail side of it when somebody that knows what they're doing and what they're looking at and where to go can get in there and fix it and be done with it.
Yeah.
And then my other side of that is I've seen some pretty pretty shoddy ways of diagnosing things. And what are you damaging in the process of trying to fix something, as far as back probing wires and cutting wires. And,
when you're back probing wires, guess what you're doing there, man? You're causing all kinds of later down the road problems of moisture, condensation, corrosion, everything coming into that play.
For sure.
And I say with that Corvette video I was watching, he had wires hanging everywhere, stuff going in. I mean, oh my God, you just tore the hell out of this car. Trying to figure out why it's dying. He did have a laptop up there. We'll say that. At least they had a laptop up, and where they had the right code reader on or scanner. I said that wrong. Where they had a code reader, or where they had a scanner, and they're trying to figure that out or whatever. I don't know, but like I said, I got about little bit into that deal and got my head hurting. I had to turn it off, so I didn't want to watch it anymore from that part. But just made me think about that. So
And,
it's
the biggest thing with it is, like you said, that light's not going to get brighter. And my other thing with that is, okay, take an emissions code. That there's something wrong with the fueling. Is that a big deal to drive that? Obviously you're emitting more emissions than what you should be or what the standard is. But is it really that big a deal? Is it going to leave you on the side road? No, it's not. But my biggest thing with that is, if something else comes wrong in the process, like that light doesn't change colors, it doesn't identify that, hey, now there's another issue or something else that is more serious that will leave you stranded. Like there's no
you never know when
process.
there's another failure happening behind the scenes.
Correct. Yeah, there's no way to do that. Or if it's a system like an ABS system or an airbag system or something like that, do you need ABS? Do you need airbags? No, you don't need it 90% of the time, or 99%
Just
of
that
the
1%
time.
when you need it,
you're
when you're
fine. But I assure you that in the instance that you would need that system, you would pay whatever it would take to repair it, to have the benefits of being able to, the safety side of it, or to be able to slow the vehicle down faster, to not have as bad of a collision as you would if it wasn't working, for sure. You know?
Exactly. So just remember, these cars these lights are very important. I still remember when the tire pressure lights come on. Just turn that thing off. Well, I can, but the first thing I do is get to figure out why you got a low tire. From that part, that's another one I just love to death, is these tire pressure sensors, because you cannot walk up to a tire today and see if that tire's low. You cannot do it, and now you can tell with these tires and these tire sensors to know that it's low. From that part. So, hey, anyway, 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, or anything in the automobile world, just love to know what's happening in your world from that part. So, 316-462-3673. Josh, what else do we got up our sleeve today? Anything at all? We've talked about our hours for the next weekend, for the holidays, 23, 24, 25. The dealership will be closed. So make sure you get your car in and serviced and ready to go before you go to grandma's house. If you need, I think Stan might have a couple 15 passenger vans still left. If you need to get to grandma's house, need something a little bit bigger to haul everything. Don't forget about that part. Or if you just need something a little bit bigger, an Expedition or Explorer, don't want to put the miles on yours. Stan's still got a few vehicles left over there under the reservation side to help you from that part too. And then the other thing I thought about, Josh, too, the cold weather's here. We didn't really talk. I don't know if maybe you haven't missed me on a show or something like that too, but you diesel guys out there, I sure hope you got your additives in your fuel, because it's cold out there. Even though it's not as cold as it can be or will be, you need to be prepared for when it does get cold, that you're not letting those diesels gel up and everything else too. So hopefully you got enough product in your stuff. And of course, BG's got all those great products to help you maintain your diesel, let alone your gas engines too. From that part. So make sure you're putting something in that fuel to stop it from gelling, because once it hits 20 degrees, you're in trouble.
Well,
you don't have something in there.
Even, they say to mix that stuff before 40.
Correct.
Just so that it is able to mix and do what it needs to do. And that's one thing so far for sure, that we've been, I guess, extremely fortunate this far into the year and haven't really had too much of a cold snap. But I can assure you one thing, it's going to be coming.
Yeah, so just make sure you're ready ahead of time, you guys, your diesels. And I tell you, if I was driving a diesel year round, I would be putting additives in that thing enough year round just to protect it, make sure things are good. And BG again's got a great bunch of products for that part, let alone the 44K and CF5 and stuff that they have for the gasoline engines to keep those maintained and stuff too, from that part. So
when do you think we'll see the pickup, an F-150?
24.
Mm-hmm.
I will say we'll see some 24 F-150s probably the middle to the end of January is when we'll start seeing. They're already scheduled. I don't think we started building any yet from that part, but I do have quite a few orders in the system already.
As far as features, what's the they're bringing back a lot of the stuff, right, that they took off.
All the stuff's coming back. All the heated
Okay.
seats, the heated steering wheels, massage seats, all that stuff is back.
Okay.
It's the 24 F-150 is a refresh from that part. They've come up now with a multi-function tailgate. I don't know exactly the name of it is, but it splits in the middle and does all kinds of different things on the tailgate side. Which
you've ordered, I'm guessing, a few of those.
Oh yeah.
What's as far as, isn't there like 2 or 3 different levels of tailgates on that thing?
There is a couple different levels of tailgates on that side too. From the regular tailgate, then you got your tailgate step, and then you got the one that opens and folds in the center and stuff too. So lots of new options and stuff. There's on the platinum side, there's 3 levels of platinum now. Basically, what they did, they got rid of the limited, and the top end platinum is now basically your limited truck. But it's not called a limited anymore. It's just called a platinum. But there's 3 levels of platinum: base, middle, and high. But a complete refresh. The next thing I'm excited for is the new Blue Cruise 1.2. It's actually going to be able to change lanes for you, Josh. Stay engaged and stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool. They upgraded there, and that's something we can't do to those 21s. We can't upgrade that Blue Cruise to make it turn left or right with the Blue Cruise
left.
on.
Why did you instantly go to left?
Well, that's where it kind of got to go. Got to go left first before you go right.
Yeah, that's a shake and bake thing right there.
Oh, easy now. So I can't wait to drive those trucks and see what that new 1.2 Blue Cruise is like.
Yeah, that is going to be exciting for sure.
From that part. So let's see what else we got coming new.
I was gonna say after F-150,
we got to see some Rangers. The new Rangers, like I said, what happened there is that was the first plant that went on strike that the union shut down, and that just pushed that truck probably. I mean, all my order dates I had out there got pushed at least 60 days back from that part. So it'll be interesting to see how soon we get some of those or whatever. I'm excited to see the Ranger Raptor. I still don't have one. I've got one. I have a sold order in there. Just talked to the customer yesterday about it. Frustrated. Yeah, I'm frustrated too that we don't have it. So just have to be patient. It's supposed to be built the middle of the end of January. So hopefully we'll see it in February. Not sure how many of those Ranger Raptors we're going to get. I got everybody asking about them, wanting them. And I think it's cool. I think, hot rod little Raptor, Ranger Raptor and stuff too from that part. So,
yeah, very from the pictures and stuff, they definitely look like they're pretty cool trucks for sure.
Jeff is everybody's trying to play my words with this Platinum and King Ranch thing. Did you just say Platinum was the top of the line? Asking for a friend. I got a battle that's never going to end. You know what?
It's like those commercials. I don't even know what they're advertising, but when they're sitting there like a husband and wife arguing, and then they say, "Okay, let's throw the challenge flag," and then they throw the. I don't even know what they're advertising. But
they're kind of stupid, but they are kind of funny.
Yeah, I cannot tell you how many times I've wanted a challenge flag in the house from that side of things. But
I think I'm just going to get one.
You think so?
We can just go make one in the shotgun with our red rags.
But it's the video playback to know.
Probably not going to like that, are they? Well, probably aren't going to like that situation on that part.
Yeah.
So anyway, everybody, again, we're closed 23, 24, 25. So make sure you're getting everything ready to go in your shop. Again, Josh talked about the gift certificates and stuff. We are doing a ton of those for people for gifts and things. So don't forget about that. Also, detail. Pay attention to our Facebook page. We've been giving away a bunch of details for our details shop at the Mel Hambelton Auto Spa. So be watching for that. All you got to do is submit some pictures of your dirty cars and stuff and refer somebody and been giving away quite a few details and stuff. But again, that's another good gift certificate for somebody, a detail for the car through the Mel Hambelton Auto Spa. Or if you want to do some paint protection film, you want to do some ceramic coating, that's also some great gifts to give away from that part. So just remember.
Yeah, window tinting's another.
Oh, window tinting's another good thing. Yep, exactly. So all kinds of great things there, stuff too. So, hey, anyway, everybody, we are going to sign out again because we've got everything all covered we need to cover for today. Anyway, just remember, we are closed 23, 24, 25. For our families to have fun with and celebrate the holidays with them. And then we'll be closed, of course, January the 1st, back in business on January 2nd to kick off 2024 from that part. So everybody, we're not going to talk to you again next Saturday. We're not going to talk to you again till, God, when will we talk to everybody again?
The 31st, so just before New Year's.
No, right? We won't. 30th.
30th, not 31st.
Okay, so we will talk to you on the 30th. We are open the 30th. We're just closed on January the 1st. We're back open 2024, January 2nd, normal hours, everything else from that part. And no, I do not wear a dress, Tim, from that part. Inside joke on that. Tim thinks he won the dance, but sorry, I think I won the dance is what that is. So everybody have a great Merry Christmas. Be safe, be fun, enjoy your families and everything else from that part. We will talk to you again December the 30th to be our last show of the year.
There we go.
We'll kick off 2024. Everybody have a great holidays, and we'll talk to you next Saturday, December the 30th at 9 a.m.